Alex, you get the block and you hit the three on the other end. What was that moment like for you in this building, and just to hold off, a team like that in a game like this?
Yeah, it was electric. I mean, Mally made a great pass, and just to hear me in transition, I was yelling at him. But you know, that's like the moments you play for. That's the moments you come to UConn for. It's to play in a game where it's the last three national champions going out in the most famous arena, and to have that special moment was awesome. So, that's why we all came to UConn to have those moments.
Yeah, Alex, what was the feel of having everyone in the lineup tonight healthy? You had obviously Mullins back, you had Terrace back, you had all the pieces together tonight. Is this an example of what you feel like it can look like, or is it going to grow from here?
I think it's going to grow. I think it's really going to grow. And I think going into the game, like, we're always a confident team. We always believe we're the best team in the country. But to get two key pieces that we were missing back, I think it just makes us even more confident, just a lot stronger, obviously. So we're going to continue to grow. Terrace really boosted us offensively to start the game. And he just presents such a different look offensively, defensively. And this was his first game back in a while. So it was big time for us. And then Braylon, just what he gave us in the second half, I mean, it changed the game for us. So, and he's only a freshman playing. Basically got thrown into the fire with these type of games.
So they close it to 3, and Braylon picks up his 4th foul and 3-point play there. You countered with that 3-point shot with about 5 minutes left. Just take us through that play and how big a shot that was for you.
I mean, yeah, I was really just saying this in the hallway. We just have so many great screeners on this team that are able to get people open, and I feel like that's the strength of our team. It's just the depth and how you could just go to the bench and there's no drop-off. So, I mean, having a team like that gives you so much confidence, just like AK said, just to go in the game and hit those big shots. I mean, those are shots that you work on, shots that you kind of dream of taking. Like, you're just sitting in your backyard and you just kind of putting those up and you work on those, like, count it down. So, I mean, I'm kind of used to that.
Alex, obviously this is the team that eliminated you guys from the tournament last year. Was there any extra motivation going into this game to make a statement that you guys are ready to compete at the highest level?
No, definitely. I think I wouldn't say that was like, it was definitely a topic, I'd say. It was like definitely revenge was just like added motivation, I'd say. And, a lot of guys in that locker room last year were hurt, and we just remember that feeling of being hurt. But, at the end of the day, we knew how good Florida was, and we can't let the emotions of last year carry into this year's type of game. He wants to get home. He wants to get home.
We play Friday again. I mean, we play Friday, and
Can't be musty. Got you.
no, on the bus, yeah, and everyone's got a shower because the buses it can't smell. Yeah, I'm actually, because I was sweating more than half the. Yeah, Bobby. So, yeah, I just thought a gutty performance by us, and just to be able to share the court, with Florida, and I just got so much respect for Coach Golden, and just you could. He's a champion. There's their championship level program, and one of the premier college basketball programs in like modern basketball, like the last 25, 30 years. It's one of the top 5 programs. So it's an honor to share the court with them, and obviously feel great about getting a win. This was a big win for us, just to try to do a great job with our non-conference. We put together a monster of a schedule. We've dealt with some injuries and different things along the way, but to be at 9-1 with everything that the team's been through versus the quality that we've had to play against, with the schedule, just impressed with what we've been able to do.
Dan, obviously a lot of different guys contributed, but what Braylon gave you in the second half, despite the 2 fouls in 7 seconds in the first half and a quick third, I mean, playing with foul trouble all night, but still making the most out of 11 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the free throw thing. I mean, we there was some undisciplined fouling, and then I just think it's just a little bit unfortunate where, it felt, obviously the 16 free throws, we probably took 8 of them on getting fouled late in the game. I mean, it felt like, obviously the free throw, differential was kind of keeping them in the game, plus their second half surge offensively and just their character and what they're made of. But I just thought for us it was Braylon Mullins, that spurt and what he gave us offensively. It was Malachi and what he was able to do in that second half. I thought Jaden Ross just helped stabilize our defense when he got in there. I thought our defense changed when he was in there, and then obviously AK made some huge timely shots.
Dan, is this the most balanced rendition of UConn you've had?
Yeah, I mean, I think number one, I think the defense, the defense is where we need it to be to compete for the things at UConn that you want to. I thought. I thought we were pretty good offensively. 18 assists on 50% shooting, and the strength of the team is it's the 9 guys. I mean, when you have 9 quality players, you could survive an off night, from multiple people and still get enough scoring production to win the game. But obviously, the rebounding situation. I think when Taras gets back to full strength, I think Taras is. That's twice that Taras has stepped up as a gamer, and I think he's healthy enough now to be able to actually get in practice consistently and sharpen up his game. He got off to a fast start, but then you saw some of the rust. But we don't win this game without his presence on the court. But yeah, I mean, this is a deep team.
First time you've really had all the pieces together, even if Taras wasn't all the way back. But what did you think of this first look of everybody out there together playing?
Yeah, it's you certainly got a lot of options, and again, I think Silas, the foul trouble, caused him issues with his rhythm in the game, and then but again, the strength of the way that this roster was constructed. Now you've got a guy like Malachi Smith, who you have the luxury of a guy that was a great player at Dayton that is able to give you what he gave us. So I just think that just getting Taras back. He's probably played tonight at 75% capacity. Getting this guy healthier. Just getting Braylon in rhythm. Obviously, his first half was foul plagued. But yeah, I mean, we just we've got wings, we've got 2 point guards, we've got 2 excellent centers. It was good to see Solo and AK, make big threes. I think when it's all said and done, and we're fully healthy, and I think it's a pretty formidable group.
Dan, you said yesterday that the defense is where it is now, to where you can win a game with your defense and have it save you. Do you think that's the last missing piece to this group, being a title contender again and going for 3 out of 4?
Yeah, I would say my biggest concern right now is the rebounding. I mean, we were minus 20 versus Arizona with obviously no Taras. And then, we gave up 16 offensive rebounds in a game where the goal was to try to hold them to 8. So, we were minus 12 on the glass. I mean, that's a concern. I mean, that's probably my biggest concern. I think when it's all said and done, we're going to have a top 5, top 10 defense, a top 5, top 10 offense. I think right now my biggest concern is probably rebounding.
Dan, Florida's 5-4 after this game, but clearly gave you one of your closest games with your full roster. Is this one of the best opponents you've seen this season? Yeah,
I mean, they're as good as anybody, and I think that like us and a lot of teams, they're they've got the Chinny Lou and Condon and Hauk and the big fella off the bench and Urban, who are all champions, and you got a new backcourt, and obviously I thought Lee took a real step forward for them tonight in terms of You know, like in a big game at MSG, showing what he's capable of. I just think once they get that backcourt, you know, comfortable and play together more. I mean, they're as good as anyone we've played or anyone I've watched on film. I mean, watch their Duke game on the road, you know, where they had a lead late. And I think Hauk is Hauk's one of my favorite players. I think Hauk's one of my favorite players in recent memory. Just that guy is just an incredible player, and how he's developed and how Todd has developed that guy. I mean, he's like, you know, that guy's like first team All-American. I mean, that guy should be a lottery pick. That guy's tremendous, man.
A couple more. We'll go Joe here.
Dan, another win in a close game. How good is that for this team to experience this, everything, you know, that they've experienced this season so far, and how big was the defense on that inbounding violation where you pumped your fist after that?
Yeah, I mean, we you know, we obviously gave them a chance, you know, by turning it over there on the sideline, and we were preparing to foul, you know, them, you know, to prevent the three to tie it. So, I mean, the guys just made an awesome effort of taking things away, and you know, that was, you know, when you play the people that we've played, you're gonna, you know, we're literally playing the best teams, you know, like you know, probably we've played 5 of the top 15 teams in the country. So these are the type of games you're going to find yourself in. These are teams you're going to be playing in an Elite 8 game.
Last two, Jake, then Connor.
You obviously mentioned that there's still some things that you need to work on, but you won 4 of 5 of your biggest games in your non-con, the one loss coming without 2 starters. Not to look ahead of Texas, but you must feel pretty good about where everything is right now to go into that conference slate.
Yeah, I mean, if you when Bray went down and when Taras went, you know, the hamstring to the ankle, you know, it was, you know, pretty daunting task to play the schedule, especially the front courts with Taras out too. You know, just the Illinois front court. You know, this front court here with Taras, you know, not anywhere close to his best. So the Kansas front court on the road, I mean, to be able to win those games, just a testament to Karaban, you know, and his leadership and you know, and the group in general. I just think that, you know, for us, that, you know, the Texas game is a huge game. I mean, that game on Friday is, you know, and this group deserves, you know, just the best home crowd we've had in a while for that game, because, you know, this team has really worked for its fan base. So, you know, we've got to have a People's Bank Arena on fire for the Texas game, and as great as the 23 non-conference slate was for us when we went undefeated, you know. You know, this would be, you know, our most impressive non-conference performance if we're able to get the game on Tuesday, just based on the teams we played and the health of the group.
Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, thank you.
Oh, sorry, Connor.
Connor, sorry, buddy.
Real quick.
So,
Fast.
so you're coming in. It's Madison.
No.
So it's Madison Square Garden. It's Florida. It's Braylon Mullins' 3rd game, and he doesn't last long in the first half. I mean, what is your message to him coming into this at halftime? What's your message to him, and how did you assess his performance coming into this?
He's a confident guy. For him, for a young player to be able to put that first half behind him, which was, you know, a mess, and to do what he did in the second half was just, it shows his quality. He's a beast. Thank you, guys.